morning, good Tuesday morning, my dear YouTube friends. I have just arrived back home after a really nice weekend in Montenegro visiting Nadia. Now this is going to be the last week in the little house for some time. I think for about 4 months. I'm off to work coming Sunday. We'll be working for 3 months and then probably travel to Australia, meeting up with Nadia there, visiting her family. Probably it's gonna be 4 months before I'm back here, and that will make it March. Yeah, I think March. Perfect time. Getting away for the winter and then starting back with the work in March. Alexa, stop music. Countertop is all dried out. It smells a little bit like linseed oil, but that's not a bad smell. Gotta tidy up, and this week is gonna be no jobs. No jobs. Admin, finances, preparing paperwork, preparing for work. Yeah, I do have to tidy up the garden and get rid of all the weeds. That would be better. And then I've got to make an instructional video for Nadia in case she comes back to this house earlier. She needs to know how everything works and how to start things up. So yeah, there'll still be plenty to do this week. Yeah, now let's start by tidying up a little bit. Talk to you later. You're talking Montenegrin, Nadia?
Da.
Da. Da.
Se posso говорить на манера конова. Yes.
So this is the life you lead, huh, Nadia? Hey, Nadia, this is the life you lead, huh?
Yeah, this is my second life.
Your second life.
It's convertibles.
And how does it make you feel knowing that your hubby is working his ass off in France on the house?
I don't really feel anything about it.
No.
No, it makes me very proud.
Oh yeah?
And it also makes me a bit sad.
Yeah, why?
Because I want to be there. I want to be doing it too. It's my house too.
Ah, yeah.
It's not just your house.
You don't want to be cruising Montenegro in a... Montenegro in a convertible, going to massages, playing tennis.
First of all,
yes.
I'm only here because of my work.
Oh yeah.
Second of all, I did not choose a convertible. It's the only car they had that wasn't a Yaris. So.
A Yaris is a great car. I used to have one.
No.
They're great.
No. So what are we on? Second? And C.
Yeah.
No, and B.
Yeah.
I require a massage for my own mental and physical health. Yeah, so back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Just because you're at home working in the house and I'm over here driving a convertible around Montenegro in the sunshine, getting massages and playing tennis, doesn't mean that it was within my choice to do so.
Right.
Because it hasn't really been my choice. I'm stuck here. I don't want to be in Montenegro. Right, I'm not hating it. You know, I'm just making the best of a bad situation.
Oh yeah.
Which is what you would be doing.
So I'm just done the accounting. All the numbers, I fed in all the receipts that I have, numbered them and sorted them by month and roughly by which category. I have the categories tools, labor, material and expenses. And then I've divided them by the project. Project is the big house, the middle house, the small house and the garden. These numbers are pretty accurate, not 100%, because we've had some expenses that we don't have invoices for, items that I've bought via Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I end up with a cost of the little house, a total cost of a bit over 13,000 euro. And this includes the decorations and all the items that we had to buy that we didn't have, like a big fridge, some furniture, items that you would really bring from your old house if you would move into a new house, but that we didn't have because we were living on board and in a van. 13,000 is a bit more than I could have spent if I had more time. I have just bought my materials at the shops here in the village, and I have not really negotiated prices because I was in a rush. I had to have this house finished before we were going to go back to work in order to able to be living here while we do up the rest of the house. For the rest of the house we're not so much in a under time pressure anymore. So what I'm going to do to reduce the cost of the rest of the house is I'm going to estimate better what I need and how much I need of it. And with that number I should be able to go around, shop around and bargain for the best prices. Also the timber that I bought from a DIY store. I can buy the timber from a local mill if I know in advance what I'm going to need. And for the rest of the house, with the knowledge of having done this little house, I know much better what I need for the rest of the house. Yeah. Obviously I've spent more than 1,200 on accommodation at the campsite for the months that I worked here. Which the cost that I won't have anymore. I will have less fuel costs. Fuel costs are quite high at the moment. Pay 2 euros per liter of diesel. Yeah, I'm not shocked. This is something that I expected, but for the rest of the house we will have to do it a little bit different. I've made a few mistakes. I have bought insulation plates for this floor to install below the floor heating, which were too expensive. I could have done it with a much cheaper material. With regards to paint, I could have saved on paint by using a primer coat before I put on the lacquer. Yeah, just being better prepared for the next projects. That's gonna be it. A few costs we didn't have are the connection to the sewage system. We expected that to be about 3,000, and the connection to the fresh water supply, we expected that to be around 3,000, because there was no sewage in this house. I think they had the old people who lived here 25 years ago have used a septic tank, But the sewage was already prepared, and we only have to connect the house to the sewage. That price was €100 or so. Same for the water. Water supply was really easy. That has costed only €100. Yeah. And obviously I have already made costs now that that I will use in the renovation of the rest of the projects. Tools that I've bought, water supply, sewage, electricity connection, oh yeah, internet, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm not shocked, but yeah, from now on we're going to be a bit more careful and plan better. So yeah, 13,000 for the small house. I was hoping to have the entire project done for around 45. I think I can still make that. Yeah. Now, obviously, this is without labor, because I don't get paid. If I were to include labor, say 3,000 a month. I've been working now here for 5 months in total, so that would add another 15,000. And that would bring the total cost to 30. I honestly, a project like this, yeah, you can only do a project like this if you can do it yourself. Or maybe use labor sparingly, low cost, but buying an old dilapidated property and using local contractors to do it, that's nah. Then you better buy something much younger and in a way better condition. That's not worth it. You have to a project like this, you have to do it yourself. Mostly, definitely mostly. We haven't used any labor at all. Mostly because we couldn't find them. But also because I think that my standards are higher than the standards of the labor that I would be able to find. The insurance of the house, we pay €250 per year. And what they will give us is... they will build a house after a fire, after everything is destroyed. They will build up the house. That's what they say, to a new condition. Well, you only know how good your insurance is once you need them. It's really, really good to have backups and evidence of everything, which I have. I have all the receipts. I will hopefully today start scanning the receipts and putting them in the computer and in the cloud. I've got lots and lots of photo, video material, so I can at all times prove what the condition was of the house. Tax, we have to pay annual tax foncière, it's called, but I believe that's not much. I believe that's 100, maybe €200. I haven't received the invoice. The bill should come in this month. Yeah, further, what else can I say? Not much. Not much. Yeah, I guess that's it so far. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shop around next time. I just really the first project we start to work on when we're back, or when I'm back, is the garden. I need to clear out the garden. I need to create space. I need to build a temporary shelter and move all my tools in there so that I have space to work and space to store things. This is another point where I can save money, is by buying in bulk. And once I have space to store bulk materials, that will reduce the cost. So I'm looking at buying a second-hand mini digger, because renting a mini digger is not going to be cheap. and if I buy it second hand, I'll be able to use it during the whole project and be able to sell it afterwards. That will save us a lot of money, but it will be quite an investment. If any of you know of a good, affordable second hand, third hand, fourth hand mini digger, let us know. Yeah, I think that's it so far with regards to the numbers. So, and that was really the last job I've done for this season. Now it's I'm not going to cut the weeds. You know, they're not growing over the 4 months that I'm away. Winter time, because you know what, one of the first things we need to do is come here with a mini digger and start working on the garden anyway. Yeah, and for the rest, yeah, gonna leave it like it is. I mean, hey, it's been sitting here for more than 5 months. It will still sit here after 4 months when I'm back. Yeah, I'm gonna give the keys to the neighbors. Gonna turn off power and water. And tomorrow, right before I leave, I do the last laundry and a last trip to the tip, to the déchetterie with garbage. Oh yeah, no, I gotta make an instructional video for Nadia for in case she arrives here earlier than I do. Chances are very slim, but there's always a chance, and she needs to know how to start up the house, turn everything on. Oh, it's unusually warm. It's a bit of a pity because I really would like to get to know what the capacity of the poêle is. I know it gets really hot, and I really try to temper the fire, but it gets really hot, and especially up in the loft where the roof is fully insulated. You know, the heat all collects there. Anyway, maybe when we're back in March, it will be cold. We're gonna see how the poêle is working. Oh, that's Nadia. No, it's not. Yeah, hello? Hello. Okay, automated voice. I don't answer to that. If you want to call me, you call me. Further, what I wanted to say is I've been watching with Nadia my last episode while I was in Montenegro in the apartment where we were staying. We were watching YouTube on a smart TV, not logged into our accounts. And I noticed the awful amount of commercials. Every so many minute commercials popped up. Now, why do I have the commercials? Because I would like to earn enough from the channel to offset my expenses. Expenses I have are the music that I use. That's a contract, monthly cost. The membership of YouTube, 15 euros a month or so. And then obviously the camera equipment. Really would like to upgrade because the footage has really been bad. So I really like to upgrade a little bit, not much, but anyway, that I really would like to be able to do from the income my vlogs generate, and that income is not much. I think I gross around 100 euros per month. So it's just not much. It's gonna take a year or so before I can buy a new camera. Yeah, but what I wanted to say, because I find those commercials really disturbing, I wanted to say that you can also become a member of YouTube, or buy yourself, yeah, I think a membership or so, and I think it's around 15 euros a month, and then you don't get to see any commercials. When I watch YouTube clips, I don't get to see commercials, and it makes so much difference, because I felt really bad for the people watching my vlogs with all these commercial blocks in them. It's really not nice. 15 euros a month, I can't decide for you whether you should do that, but anyway, it's a thought. Now, this season, it's taken me, we've been working here for 5 months. Well, we've been a bit on holidays as well, but I have literally had to work for 4 months on the little house. If I extrapolate that, I think that's the right word, not sure, into the rest of the house, it would take us 4 years to complete the house. Got a small house, got a middle house, a large house, and then we got a garden. So I got basically 3 more projects to do. So it would take another 3 years, because I'm working 6 months out of the year, and then I'll travel a month. We've got to visit Nadia's family in Australia, and then the rest is just for working here, and the odd holiday back to Holland. Yeah, that's not, I don't want to spend another 3 years on doing this property up. So, and I think I don't need to. Reason being, although the other properties, the middle house and the larger house, are larger than the small house, the difference is that now I live in the small house, I live directly on the job site. This past season I've lived on the camping. I had to go. If I was tired, especially with this last really hot summer, I would go back to the campsite at 3 o'clock, and then you don't do anything anymore. Now I've noticed, living here in the small house, you never stop with working. You really gotta force yourself to stop, because you're confronted with the work all the time. So that's going to make a difference. Longer, more efficient days. Another thing that's going to make a difference, is that I am way better able to estimate the materials I need, the amount of the materials. So I most likely I wouldn't have to run to the shop so often, because I just order it in bulk after we've done the garden and created space. Order it in bulk, have it delivered. Yeah, that's a factor that's going to make a difference. Apart from that, I've got all my tools now complete. I don't need a few other tools, but not much. I've got yeah, I've got that sorted, so that's going to make a big difference, because running to the shop once, sometimes even twice a day, that's just a waste of time. Yeah, that's going to make quite a difference. And yeah, last summer we had these temperatures that were so high, and that really reduces the productivity. I hope that no, I'm pretty sure that next summer will be cooler, because the big house is a lot cooler. The small house catches sun and is very poorly insulated, so that heats up real fast. The big house will not heat up so much. Oh, and apart from that, we've got an aircon unit now, so a mobile aircon unit, so we could utilize that maybe. Yeah, that's going to make a difference. And then yeah, maybe I'll get more help from Nadia. Nadia has been working full-time, and hopefully next year she can start working 2 months on, 2 months off, or 3 months on, 3 months off, and that will help me tremendously, just an additional pair of hands. So yeah, I hope to have this property done in an additional 2 years. So what is next year? 2023. Yeah, I hope to have this done in 25, before I'm too old to have children. What else is there left for me to say? Not much. Not much. I'm off very soon, in the next day or two, to my job, which is in Micronesia. That's not Indonesia, that's Micronesia. That's gonna be 3 days of flying. Fly from Clermont-Ferrand to Paris, Paris to Taipei, Taipei to Manila, Manila to Guam, Guam to Chuuk. And Chuuk is a war site, is an area where the Americans have bombed a large part of the Japanese fleet during the Second World War. So they're all sitting, these wrecks are sitting on the bottom of the sea, which is fairly shallow there. And I'm working on a boat that caters to divers, diving all these wrecks. So I'm really looking forward going back to sea. And I'm really looking forward doing this type of job instead of working on the super yachts. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you. Maybe I'll update you with some nice tropical photos of Captain Marius behind the helm. And I think we'll see each other in 2023, March or so. Yeah, God, it's gonna be a long while. But it'll happen. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. And one last thing I'm gonna say, and this might sound very corny. It's not meant like that. But I've been working on this house alone. Just me. Nadia has been really busy with work. We speak each other about 10 minutes every day, 15 minutes. The motivation I had to continue with this work day in, day out is largely also because of you. Because I knew that people were going to comment on the work. I knew that people were going to wait for the next episode, and I knew that you guys were going to complain if my next episode wasn't online in time. And that has been really a big motivator for me. Also making the videos, thinking while working, how am I going to tell this story? Yeah, just being in the back of my mind were always the videos and always you guys watching it. So that has been a real motivator for me to carry on. I have not been as technical as I initially wanted it to be. This is not these are not instructional videos. These are just showing my life, what I do roughly, and roughly how I do it. I don't have the camera equipment, nor do I have the time to really go into detail how I do things. You need to arrange your cameras, arrange lighting, make sure that you're not your back is not facing towards the camera. And then with editing, you got to be really careful, making sure that everything goes in the right order, every little clip. I don't have the time for that. I'm not making money out of these videos. I don't need to make money out of these videos. It's a hobby. Shouldn't become a profession or shouldn't become a job, because then the fun's gone. So yeah, I have just shown you what I do roughly, and I hope it's been good, entertaining, and yeah, that's it. Okay, people in the Northern Hemisphere, hope you have a good winter. In the Southern Hemisphere, a good summer, and that you're all healthy and well next year when I see you again. Bye now.